Hello everyone, it's Kathy and you're back here at my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. As many of you know, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located here in the beautiful state of North Carolina. But I can take care of you if you live within the United States of America. I can take care of any of your stamping needs. So if you're not currently working with a demonstrator, I would love to have the opportunity to earn your business, be your personal coach and demonstrator. So if you are currently my customer or even just one of my followers, you have any questions concerning Stampin' Up!, the products, how to use them, or whatever, please reach out to me. My email is located in the description box below. So is my phone number. Just please include, if you do use my phone number and text me, include a way for me to get back in touch with you, either via email or if it's okay for me to text you or call you on that number, let me know that as well, along with your name. So with all that being said, I thought I was sitting here just doing some gameplay, and when I say gameplay, it's what I do when I am trying to come up with something to bring to y'all. And I thought, I wonder how many people know what the term means when you step it up, a step up. And so I thought maybe some of you don't. But anyway, a step up card would be simply this. I actually stamped some designer series paper myself. I use the excuse me, I use the Timeless Tulip stamp. I use the Forever Fern stamp, and I believe that was all that I used on this particular one. And I just had a really fun time. And when I got ready to cut them, I cut them down into 3 by 4 1/4. Yeah, 3 by 4 1/4 inch pieces. And I thought, okay, you can put that on a card front and it kind of gets lost. So I cut, now this is stepping it up. So I cut a frame, so I cut this 1/4 inch larger than my piece. So that really does jazz it up a little bit more. It puts a frame around it. It really kind of accentuates your blue. Looks great. But I thought we can actually step it up a little bit more. So I grabbed the same color that I used to stamp this, which is the Pear Pizzazz, and I grabbed a piece of my Pear Pizzazz paper and I put it on. But after I put it on, I thought I want to step that up. So I took an embossing folder, and this one is the Gingham. So this is the Gingham embossing folder. It's not a 3D embossing folder, but it's beautiful. And this is the pattern that you get. And I think I like that side better. And you can always look at both sides of your debossed and your embossed and decide which side you like the best. The debossed is the part that pushes down like this. It's pushed down part of it. The embossed is what's pushed up. This is pushed up. So I'm going to use that side of it. So I just wanted to kind of show you by going a step up with each piece what happens. Now that is becoming a card. But I thought I want to do something a little bit more. So I went ahead and I stamped these out, and this comes with a punch, the Tulip Builder punch, and I went ahead and stamped these. I did my first stamp and second generation stamp, used a little bit of liquid glue and adhered them together, and look how pretty that's going to sit right over top of that. But we're going to step it up. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals and I'm going to put about 3 dimensionals on this, about like this. I think that's plenty. And I'm just going to tear these off with my fingers. I usually like to grab my take your pick, but I wanted this to be just a quick little video, something just to give you a little bit of an idea of how you can take a simple card, and just by adding a few extra pieces you can really step it up and make it a dramatic card. So now I went ahead and stamped this particular piece of greenery, and that comes to us from the Forever Fern, and that is this piece right here. I went ahead and did it first generation and second generation, and I think what I want to do with this is I want to put a piece here, and a piece here. Now you're probably saying, but that's going to hang over. No, because we can cut that off. We can glue these, adhere these down. I might bring this one a little closer, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I glue that together. I'm going to take everything off except my piece that I'm working with, and I'm going to glue these together exactly where I want them to land. So I'm going to put that one right there, and I'm going to take a little bit of liquid glue, and I'm just going to put some right there on that leaf. Just enough so that when I lay the other piece on, like this, it's going to come right together into that glue like that. Just enough to make it where it holds together. And you can see that's kind of wiggling, so let's lay it back down and make sure we got it in the right spot. Just about like that. So now that that piece is adhered, we can turn it over and grab our dimensionals. And I'm going to put one here and one up here and one right there, and I think I might need two more. Let's put one here and one right here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with these. I'm just going to tear them off and throw them over here on my desk. That's why I usually like to use my Take Your Pick tool. I don't like them all over my desk. Now I'm going to turn this around, and I am going to line it up just where I want it to go, just like that. Now I may not have to trim that off, because remember, this is going to go on here, and then this is going to go on here, and it does not have to be trimmed. Look at this. Now that's how you step up a card. But let's say we wanted to step it up even one step further. Let's grab some ribbon. This is the linen thread. I love the linen thread because it goes with just about anything. It's easy to tie, and it's just a great way to add a little extra something something on your project. Let me rake these off, and I might have to get some more of this because it looks like I'm getting low. I'm trying to decide. I'm wondering if I want to wrap it. What if we wrap it right around here and just let it come in between these leaves? Let's pull it a little bit more like that. I'm going to move these other pieces out of our way so we can just concentrate on what we've got going on here, because I want this to come through right about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to use a piece of Scotch tape, just plain old simple Scotch tape will hold that in place for me. Now I don't have to worry about it getting away from me. It's going to stay where I want it, and I've got enough here where I can tie me a nice little bow. So I'm going to bring that up to about here and snip it, and then we are going to bring this around and just tie a knot. And I want my bow to go right about over those leaves, so I'm going to bring in my tweezers. Now this is not a Stampin' Up product. I'm going to hold that pretty sturdy, and I'm going to come in, and I'm grabbing under the edge of that leaf as well, because I just want something that's going to hold that really well for me. And I'm tying pretty big loops because we can always pull them down. So I'm going to tighten that up, and then I'm going to pull and pull and get that unwrapped from around there and pull. And I'm going to tie it one more time. This is going to give us a nice little double loop bow. and tie it again. Pull that piece down, and this piece, and that piece. And now I'm gonna try to tighten it down really good and tight. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to. I know why. I should have tied it in a knot before I started my second one. Okay, let's just do it again. This is my first one. It tried to pull out on me, but I think I got it. Just like that. We're going to put a little glue dot up underneath there once we get this adhered like we want it. All right, there's the first bow. So now to do my second one, I'm going to tie this in a knot. Just a simple little knot like that. I'm going to put my tweezers in there again to hold everything in place, and we're going to tie another bow. And then we're going to tie that one down nice and tight, and we're going to pull it and pull it and tighten it. We can probably let go at this point, and let's see how that all looks. I'm still not wanting to tighten down. Well, you know what? We're going to go with the single. That was not working for me, and I wanted this to be a really quick video. The other thing I could do, and I'm just going to leave that as it is, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut those tails off about like here and here. And then I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm just going to use my tweezers to pull that up. And we are going to put that underneath there, just like that, and press that into it. That way that bow's not going to move or shift or anything. It's going to stay right there where we want it. So there's our bow. So now we have stepped it up yet again. So now I am ready to go ahead and adhere this onto this piece. So I'm going to use liquid glue. And I'm going to leave those pieces hanging over because I think that adds a little something extra. And I think it turns out so cute like that. And if y'all want me to show you how I made this paper, I can do that as well. And I think next time I might use a different color. I do love these colors together though. I think the blue and that spring soft green is just gorgeous together. All right, we've got that on there. So now let's go ahead and put this down on here. Now we could go a step further and put a little bit more, but I think I had pulled out a piece of glitter paper. This is the ombre glimmer paper. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I really don't think it needs it. I think that blue will get lost in there. I really like it just like it is. I love it on this piece. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to use some Stampin Seal. So I just got a brand new roll that I put into my piece. So I'm going very easy with it. And I'm going to do some down this way. Just like that. Just like that. And now I want to make sure I get this nice and centered. So I'm going to center this up on my grid. Let me bring it up a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing. Put my lid on my glue. And now I want to try to set this down about like so. And then press it. What I like to do is go to the back and just give it a gentle press. Now this whole piece is ready to go on here, but we still need to do a sentiment. So before I adhere anything down, I am going to grab a piece of white. Let me grab a scrap of white, and I want this to really say something. I love this one that says, "To a friend that makes me smile," and that's out of the Forever Fern. I'm hoping this is not going to retire, but I'm afraid that it just may. This is one stamp set. If you have not purchased this, this is one you will use over and over and over. It is a cling stamps. It is beautiful, and I absolutely love this because I just use it all the time. So I'm going to come over to my dies, and I want to find some frames that I think will work with this. Layering circle dies, and let's find one of the scallops that will work. Thinking maybe that one will. I believe it will. So what I'm going to do that makes it a little bit easier for me, I'm going to grab a scrap of basic white cardstock, just like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this down, and I think I want to do it in that Pacific Point ink because I think that will really pop, and it will bring in this Pacific Point cardstock. So I think that will be a very good contrast. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up on a block, and I'm going to ink it up. Stamp it down. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. This is a gorgeous shade of blue, y'all. And if you like any of the in colors, which was the Misty Moonlight, the Magenta Madness, the Bumblebee, the Cinnamon Cider, and the Just Jade, those are getting ready to retire. Our new catalog comes out in May, and that's another thing too. If you are wanting a new catalog, please shoot me an email or a text message along with your mailing address so that I can make sure that you get one. Now, if you're someone that I have mailed something to in the past, I already have your email, that will not be necessary. But if I have never, if you've never ordered from me and you have never received a card or anything from me, then I probably do not have your address. So please include that in with your request, and I would love to make sure you get the new annual catalog. That catalog will be good for an entire year. So it is a great way. Oh, what did I do? Here we go. I love to use my little post-it notes on there. So I'm going to grab my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. For any of you that don't know, this machine is on sale. So if you are interested in a cute little machine that does everything the big one does, just at a miniature size, it is great to keep on your desk because it's small, it's very compact. As soon as I push this through, I'll show you what I mean. It's very easy to use. It comes with all the plates you need to cut and emboss. You get 2 plates, one for your regular dimensional dies and one for your 3D dies. And I want to show you how stinking cute is this machine. I mean, I can hold it in my hands like this. This is how tiny it is. It's very lightweight. It's very compact, and like I said, it's something you can sit in front of your desk and just pull it up when you need it. And like I said, the plates that come with this, you get everything you need. You get your base plate, your 2 cutting plates, you get your 3D embossing folder plate, and your single embossing plate. So you can do any of the items. The only thing that I say, this is a great buy. It's normally $60. You can pick this up for $48 between now and the 31st of March. And all of the dies in the catalog that will work with this particular machine are on sale also for 20% off. That flyer is out on my on my Facebook group. So if you have not joined my Facebook group, go over and take a peek at that, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So we got that cut. Oh, that's pretty. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. I think. Let's see. I might want to put this right here. Oh, I love that. Isn't that pretty? let's check it out up here. I like it here at the bottom. I don't know why, but I do. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back of this and go ahead and adhere it to my card base. The reason I'm using glue here is I like to use liquid glue when I'm working with an embossing folder, and this piece has been embossed. The reason I like that is this glue goes into all those little nooks and crannies and just helps it to adhere a little bit better. So that's why I'm using my liquid glue. So now I'm going to lay this down right about here, just like so. Give it a good little press. Press it, press it, press it. And then we're going to pop this up because I think it needs a little bit more dimension than laying flat. So I'm going to grab my little pieces, and I only have one of those left, but you know what? I always say don't waste these little pieces. You can snip these apart and they work just as good as the regular pieces. They're the same thing, they just happen to be on the side of the page, but they're very useful. So don't let those go to waste and don't throw them away. So I'm going to put that one down there and go ahead and pull these off along with this. Now I'm going to decide where I want this to fall, and I want a corner of that paper to show right there. So I'm going to bring that up just like that so that little corner shows. I think it just adds a little character. So I really think this needs some gems. So I'm going to grab my gems and try to decide if I want sparkle bling or iridescent rhinestones. You know, you can never go wrong when you do iridescent rhinestones. So we're going to do some of these. So let me grab my, my take your pick tool has disappeared from my desk. I'm sure it's here underneath some of this stuff. If y'all could see my mess, but we won't go there. Oh, here it is. I am going to use my putty end, and I'm going to pull one of these larger ones. And I think I'm going to put that right there. I like one of these smaller ones. We're going to put it down here. And I think I want one more kind of in the middle, and we're going to go to that middle size one and do one right there. Isn't that pretty? Now that's how you can take a card and step it up. And now what I'll do is I will put a piece of the green and the blue with another piece of white on it on the inside, and then I can stamp a sentiment or write a personal note. But either way, this turned out to be a pretty card, and it was not that hard to do. Some stamps, some dies, a little cardstock, an embossing folder, and some pretty ink, and we had this one done. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna bring this up a little closer so y'all can see, catch all of the little sparkle from the gems that I did. You can also go back and put some Winkostella. Let's do that. Let's sparkle up our flowers a little bit. I love my Winkostella. And this just adds a nice little glitter, and I think it looks so pretty on the flowers. So I'm just going to literally paint these with some sparkle. And how you do this is you just squeeze and it goes down into that paintbrush. And I will have all of the products that I used listed in the description below. So that way, if you want to go out and grab any of these products, you can do so, including that little die cut machine that's on sale. And I believe, I don't know if the stamp set is on sale or not. I'll have to go in and look. But I will have everything that I used listed Oh, look how pretty that is. The one thing that the Wink of Stella doesn't do, it doesn't catch the light very well. So it doesn't always show just how beautiful it is on camera. But in person, it is stunning. And let me look at that in the light. Oh my word. I think I want a little bit on this one as well. And I always say it's, you know, you can take a plain black dress, and if you put on a cute jacket, put a scarf on, a nice bracelet and a pretty bag and a pair of heels, you can dress that that dress up. Or you can dress it down by just throwing on a jean jacket with it and a pair of flats. So it's sort of like that with our cards. We can dress them up or we can dress them down. And I think we dressed this one up. What do y'all think? Do you see that shimmer? So pretty. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me do a step-up card, because this was just so much fun and so easy to do. And like I said earlier, if you want to see how I made my background paper, be sure to leave me a comment, and if I get enough of requests, I will make sure that I will show y'all how to stamp that background paper. But there really is no science to it. Pull out your stamps and just stamp. That is the rule of thumb when you're making your designer series paper. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy of our love and our praise. And until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.